Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, good evening to you all wherever you are. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, good evening to you all wherever you are listening from. My name is Christopher, and I'm here this afternoon to share some important topics with you guys. Let me say a fantastic topic with you all. This topic is very dear to me in my personal life or in my quiet moment, quiet time. I ruminate, I think about how this topic is to me. I say it is very important for me to put my thoughts into words. And that is why we are here today. The topic before me today is the magnificence of God. The magnificence of God. This is how great God is. Our God, capital God, God, the magnificence of God. Who is God? Even Merriam-Webster dictionary says something about God. Capital letter God. It said God is supreme or ultimate reality, such as the being perfect in power, wisdom, and goodness, who is worshipped as a creator and ruler of the universe. Is also an incorporeal divine principle ruling all over us as external spirit. Ruling over all as external spirit. In short, God is a supreme being. God is a supreme being. Who is a supreme being? A supreme being is the one that is above all beings. That's who God is. And I think it is important for us to recognize how mighty, how great God is. And it's also important for us to recognize that there is God. There is God. In as much as sometimes doubt may come into our mind and we want to accept that there is no God. But I tell you today, there is God. Even the Bible said, a fool says in his heart that there is no God. A fool says in his heart that there is no God. But to me personally, I believe there is God because I've witnessed God or sat, I've sat to study God and I discovered that there is God. Number one, I discovered that there is God, especially in the creation of human being. The creation of human being in itself alone says there is God. If you look at the book of Genesis, the Bible said, Genesis 1:26, it said, come, let's create God in our image, in the likeness of God. That means we are small, small gods. So God is a being. So in as much as we human beings, we are beings. So God is a supreme being. God is a being. We are human beings. God is not human, but is a supreme being. That means we are in the likeness of God. Now, let's look at the formation of human being. How God built Abraham. How God built Adam. He used mud to build Adam. Something, okay, after building Adam, You did the head, the respiratory system, everything. I mean, all the system there. God was very, very intentional about the creation of human being. If you look at from head to toe, you see how wonderful God's work on human, how perfect the things were made, how perfect every systems of the body were made. If you look at the works all the system of the body do, they are just perfect. Okay, God made Adam, and what did he do? He put a breath of life in Adam. So that made Adam a living being. That's one of the reasons because we don't control our breath. We don't control our breathing. Our breathing is an involuntary movement. You breathe in and breathe out, breathe in and breathe out, breathe in and breathe out. It's involuntary. You can't control it. That means God has given you this breath. You didn't give yourself. Also, you didn't create yourself. You didn't create yourself. So God created you as human. That's the supremacy of God. God put the breath of life the day you were born, and you made the first breath, the first cry. That's the day you made the breath of life. You became a living being. So, also, how God formed human being, then He now gave us the power to recreate and multiply. So, when the spermatozoa and egg come together, God has put the natural breath of life into those things. When it comes together, and you are now, if the child now, I mean, the fetus grows, and has been born, and the first breath, the breath of life, comes to life. Just look at pregnancy. Look at pregnancy. When a woman is pregnant, the fetus start to grow little by little, little by little. Who did that? Is God. The uterus of a woman continue to swell and swell and swell. Who can do it? Who did it? It's God. Psalms 14, verse 1 says, the fool says in his heart, there is no God. The fool says in his heart, there is no God. Why? Because the fool believes he's the creator of himself. The fool believes he is the creator of himself. Let's go to, let's just amplify. Only fool says in their heart, there is no God. They are corrupt and their actions are evil. Not one of them does good. If you say there is no God, that means you're a fool. Because the great works of God is too evident in this world that you wouldn't believe that there is God. Now, let's study the creation of human being. Let's look from one system to the other. From the head, the nervous system, let's look at it. The way our brain functions, the way our brain communicates information throughout the body, the way our brain tells us what to do, the way our brain controls almost every part. The brain and the spinal cord controls almost every part of the body. The way you're walking, ability to walk, ability to lift your leg, ability to lift your hands. It's not by your power. It's not by your power. For you to be able to lift your hands, open your eyes, open your mouth, lift your tongue, use your tongue to chew, use every part of your body. It is God. Use your brain to think. And if anything is wrong with the brain, that means every part of the body is gone. Just like the head of a home. When the head of a home is in shambles, that means the rest part of the home will be in shambles. Look at what God did. God put our brain, our fragile brain, in the skull and made the skull very, very thick. It put a bone on top of the brain to protect the skull. So that if you eat your head, nothing will happen to your brain unless there is a very impactful impact. Look at our eyes. God put our ball, our eye socket into the socket. He put our eyeball into the socket just to protect the eye from damaging. Look at the nose, the way you're able to smell different kind of smell, aromas. Look at our mouth, on our tongue. God put something on our tongue that we're able to distinguish taste. You can taste bitterness, you can taste sourness, you can taste sweetness on our tongue. God put different type of enzymes in our saliva to be able to master, to be able to mix with our food. And there's even a process in which you swallow. There's a process when you put food in your mouth. There is a process of swallowing it. God did all that. Look at our chest, our thoracic cage. God put this thoracic cage to protect our heart, to protect our lungs. Look at it when you eat bolus, and it goes through your mouth, through your esophagus, down to your stomach. And in your stomach, there is acid. There's acid to protect the food from decaying. There's acid to protect the food from damaging. Other than when you put the food out of the stomach, the food will damage, will decay. But if you put your food in your stomach, it will not decay because of the enzymes, the chemicals God has put in our tummy. Even because there is acid in our stomach. God put a coat inside the layer of the stomach, a coat that will not make the acid in our tummy to damage Mark. God is just too wonderful. And after you eat, human being, when they say vomit, when you vomit the food, you'll be able to eat it. And the food in your stomach gets broken down through metabolism, and it will go into the small intestines for absorption, for for it to go into the bloodstream, everything, the nutrients, and from there the waste will go to your large intestine and form stool. From there you can bring it out. This is not by your power. This is not by your power. This is one of the evidence that God is powerful. God is a supreme being. God exists. Look at the ability to walk without falling down. To walk and we are balanced. If there's something wrong with your hearing, the balance of your body will be disrupted. There's a way we walk that we bringle our hands and the way our legs does with our hearing that makes us to be balanced when we are walking. This is just the mighty hands of God. I will chip in this. Human being, you have no right. You have no right to be proud. You have no right to be proud. In as much as you didn't create yourself, in as much as you did not create yourself, you have no right to be proud, ever. Are you proud? Who are you? Many people will say, do you know who I am? Who are you? You're just a pencil in the hands of the Creator. You're a pencil in the hands of the Creator. You are nobody. God gives life and takes life. You can exist today and tomorrow you are no more. You can brag today and tomorrow you are no more. You even sleep and you don't even know what goes on in the night when you sleep. People can sleep, people sleep and they sleep into eternity. It's because they don't control their sleep. They can't control their sleep. I can't control my sleep. When you sleep, you sleep. You don't know what is going on. What wakes you up in the night, maybe? Or the pee. Look at the process of peeing. You drink water, you eat, and the waste product will come through your pee. Look at the urine content, urea, potassium, carbohydrate, sugar, then your wee. And because your body has already absorbed enough materials, so the remaining that are not good for the body will be weeded out through your kidneys. God did something in the kidney that is very significant. God put some nephrons that helps with absorption, secretion, and filtration. A part of the nephron, we do the part of the nephron, we do the filtration. We filter hard rubbish, we filter. Then it will go through the tubules. So from there will still be selection with the absorption, then there will be secretion. God is just mighty. God is just mighty. So that is human. Today, as of today, no scientist has been able to create a human without the input of a man, like without the input of what God has done. Maybe you took the spermatozoa and you took the egg of a woman and mixed it together. So you took a life from the sperm, you took a life from the egg, and you mixed together to germinate. Can you see how mighty God is? Let's talk about the birds in the air. Sometimes I think about them and I'll be like, these people they don't even walk. They don't walk. How do they eat? God feeds them. God feeds them. God feeds them. I wish Pastor Dolapo preaches about this. And I know how he would say it. The way he would say it. He would say, some of you think there is no God. He would jingle his microphone. Some of you think there is no God. But something significant. We drink water from the soil. We dig the soil and we drink from the well. We drink water right there from the soil. The water that we did not create. You say there's no God. Did you create water? Did you create land? What can you create? That's the wisdom God has given to man to create, like through science and technology. We drink water from the soil. Water from the soil. The Almighty God is. The Almighty God is. So every time you think about how great God is, then you'll be able to appreciate God better. You'll be able to know that everything you have achieved in life, everything you are about to achieve, or everything you are aiming to achieve is through God. And who is human being? We have a lifespan of about 100, 120, and max 150. This is 2026, and people that were born in 1926 will be 100 years. There's only a few that will be around till today. We have about 7 billion people in this world. So think about people that were born 100 years ago, people that were born 120 years ago, 125 years ago, max 150. So that means people that were born in 1920, let's say 1900, 1900, most of them will be no more. Even 1910. Because somebody born in 1910 will be like 100, 110, 120. People that were born in 1826 are no more. 1827, 1830, 1850, 1890, they are no more. So who are you? Who are you to say there is no God? Who are you to brag? Who are you to be proud? Nebuchadnezzar, somebody that God gave a second chance, even still lost it. There is God. And this is my way of telling the world that there is God. This is my way of putting out there for the future use. That when I'm no more in this world, when I've long gone, when I've long gone, people will still see this video and say, wow, there is God. Thank you for listening. God bless you. Bye.